Steve, Bell and Roger. We're standing on the, we've driven about 400 metres into the Poplar Grove property, and we're looking due east at the boundary of the property, and it's about 1 kilometre away from us over here. You might be able to see the track running along the boundary. The bush and the high hills in the background are not part of Poplar Grove.
Let's go.
Now we're standing in the middle of the property on a highest point, and we're looking over towards that trig by that light green tank as the southern end of the property. As you can see, again, nice contour on this side of the property, and then if we just scan a little bit to the left, you will see in the background about 2.5 kilometres away our Bayview Forest. Scanning round to the left more, now looking due east, you can see the Port of Napier. You can see, in fact, the logging part of the Port of Napier is there. So we're obviously very close. I don't know, as the crow flies, probably only 10 kilometres or something like that. And then coming back round to our left, now looking due east, we're looking down the valley. That's a pan-packed forest. A lot of people own the big sawmill and pulp mill. Standing on the southernmost end of the farm, there's a trig point here, so it's a high point on the farm. Looking back down through the middle of the farm, you can see the easy contour. And Steve, one of the things that's impressed me is the very easy gradient back out through the property for the main roading.
Yeah, the gradient basically comes, the easy gradient comes right up through the centre of the farm, and we've just had this month about 160 mils of rain, and to get here to the trig, it shows you how good that grade definitely is at the high point of the farm.
Next to the sheep shearing shed, you can see that there is a quarry with gravel in it, which is being used by the farm for its farm tracks. This is really valuable to us for our roading eventually, and will probably mean that we can make savings on the stumpage that was forecast by Steve and his team when they did the budget. And then if we look down here, you can see the road that we've driven up on the property. The thing that I quite liked about that is the gradient of the road is good for heavy transport in the future. Obviously it'll need more gravel put on it. Now that I've been on this property, I'm really impressed with it. I really like it. I hadn't realised quite just how good the contour was. The fact that there's a road on the right gradient going right through it. The location, of course, we knew was good, but I mean, it really is on the door of the mill. Yeah, I thoroughly recommend it. I know that the forecast yield is a little bit lower than some other places, but it'll still grow a really good forest. As you'll see, we're going to go over to Bayview shortly and take some shots in there, which has a lower rainfall than this property. I like it very much.
Here we are at our Bayview Forest. When we were around at Poplar Grove, you would have seen Bayview in the background, about 2.5 k's from the southern boundary of Poplar Grove. This property was planted in 1992, so it's 24 years of age this winter. And as part of those, as the initial projection, we were talking about 600 tonnes recovery. We're expecting this to exceed that, and the climate here is probably 800 or 900 mils of rain per year. whereas at Poplar Grove a little bit higher, 1,000 to 1,200 would be our prediction. So it's certainly, we see it growing maybe a little bit better than this particular forest. This particular tree I'm standing beside, as I said, 24 years of age. It's probably about 55 centimetre diameter. The tree height would be in that 35 to 40 metre range. In this forest, we've had carried out a clearwood regime, and all the stems in this particular forest are pruned to about that 6.5 metres of pruned height before it hits the branches there. Throughout this forest, on average, we're going to expect to see at least a 2-tonne piece size. And if you look around, we're quite proud of this forest. It's got good branch habit, good formed trees, and the shareholders here are going to be very happy.